the Dreamhack qualifiers for London, and we're on map 2 now. It's going to be Dust 2, and I'm pretty curious what's going to happen, considering we just had an unexpected result. We saw, even though it was Copenhagen Wall's pick on Cash, I fully expected FRAG to pull that one off.
Yeah, definitely. We did see FRAG do quite well. It was kind of backwards as well. Last night we saw FRAG with a solid CT side on Cash and struggling a little bit more on T side, and today we just saw the complete opposite. A nice T side and then struggling on the CT side to pick up the last few rounds, and so that's going to give Copenhagen Walls a 1-0 head start. But now we're going into FRAG's pick, which is going to be Dust 2. So hopefully they should take this and equal up the score, but we never really know.
Yeah,
go into the ninth round.
Again, this is Dusty is always a weird map because usually when you see it in a series, you don't usually see teams these days picking it. It's like, okay, everyone understands how to play the map. We can play a good Dust 2, but we're gonna say, okay, we're more, let's say, trained specialists like SK, or we're Cobble specialists, or you have a map that's not necessarily one like Dust 2. It's the classic. It's been here and it's not really changed all that much over the course of the last decade. So everyone is so familiar with it, and it's such an even map. It can sometimes be the upset maker as well. You'll hear Thorin speaking about this. But FRAG, they're one team that love to pick this, so we're going to see why. Let's have a look and see how the pistol goes. We do have everybody from Copenhagen Walls barreling through A-Long straight into Victor. He's going to go down. He's going to get steamrolled. And now they're going to hold their horses. They're going to change up the pace.
But here we're going to see two players flanking up top mid, so it could be nice on a good rotate here. They have a bubble trying to hold off the A site from the remaining players. It seems like they're just playing for retake at this point here. All the Copenhagen Walls players are on the site, and it seems like FRAG don't even realise that yet. Bubble is going to just be tagged out there, and Dreamer picking up a kill on Long. It's going to be very important, but he's going to get traded out fast, and there we go, leaving just NKL alive. And that was so quick. Copenhagen Walls just dominating A site and winning those 1 versus 1s, and if not trading. So NKL with a serious problem there, just saving his armor. Thank you, James.
Super scary actually, because Copenhagen Walls have, of course, really good players individually, and when it comes to playing Dust 2, again, under Zevis's reign, they were a really good Dust 2 team. It was actually, their T-sides on Dust 2 were some of the best back in the really old LGB lineups with Zevis, before they had loads of different players jumping into the lineup. Like they had Mystic jumping into the lineup at one point for Rain, I think it was. And before all that happened, they were very good on their T-side Dust 2. And if that happens, where we get Copenhagen Walls steamrolling FRAG right in the first half, then it's going to go, let's say they win this one, it goes to Mirage. I don't really like FRAG's chances to even come back into the series at that point. It's going to be very tough. But maybe they can, again, we say how it's very difficult to make the force buys work. FRAG are going to try it, and they have been burned severely by this sort of play at LANs in the past.
And also to pick up a bubble with the scout, there is going to be put down to 60 HP, as there is going to be a shot from Twist down mid through the doors. And we're going to see Copenhagen Walls just playing it slow at the moment. Probably trying to open up with a frag.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, but what they used to do in rounds like this is that they would split up like this, and then they would always end up going A-Long as a unit, just to make sure that they have they cover themselves against early rushes, and then they try to take the most open area where the most of them can shoot at once, and there's the least corners to worry about. But does it even matter here? We get a nice pop flash play, and Copenhagen Walls are up a man.
Yeah, there we go, 4 versus 5 situation now, and Copenhagen Walls are going to be pushing up short like you mentioned. Bubble still holding, but they're actually going to be backing off now. It's a good read though. No players on the B. Oh no, one player, sorry, on the B site. So if they just come out mid here and defeat Spy Leader, they shouldn't have too much of a problem. And yeah, it seems like they're going for a mid to B. Jacob coming up here through upper tunnels, and nope, Copenhagen Walls backing off again, going up short. It seems like again with the bomb, but they're just dropping left and right, and just getting frags here. They're not even powering towards one side, and then we go Victor with the flank, getting aggressive, getting impatient. We'll get a kill from Zende and doing a little more damage. Almost picking up the second, he does. There we go. Onto Rubino, and still hasn't been traded out, and he is only down to 17 HP, and just left-right movement from Copenhagen Walls just going all over the map there. Victor down to 1 HP now, and the bomb is going to be planted, so that's good for Copenhagen Walls, but they have lost 2 players already, and in the process of almost losing 3.
Planting with 5.5 seconds left, as you do. There, Copenhagen Walls taking it very slow, didn't end up going long. In fact, it seemed like there was a little bit of indecision there, but then again, it is a really new lineup, so coordinating yourselves can be quite difficult. Coordinating a bunch of players, and either way, they will take this one, and they will eliminate the save from Victor. He's trying to get away with that AK, but he won't be able to do so. So here we go, 2-0, nicely handled. Copenhagen Wolves only losing 2 players despite a few going low. Now they get to deal with a full eco, which should be pretty easy to do. And again, you'd expect them to go with, usually the expected play is going up long after a bit of a delay to just make sure you're safe against any pre-nades. And for reasons, you know, already mentioned, looks like they will be trying to open up with that.
But yeah, it seems like Copenhagen Wolves picking up 2 SMGs there to try and get early frags and try and rack up some money there, but only one frag is going to be made with them. And there we go, Jacob pushing up short while his team do take long. And the last 2 E-frag members are going to be in mid here, probably rotating to flank short and long here. And yeah, no, it seems like they're both going short. But the Molotov's going to hold them back here, and NKL deciding to go to long instead. And the bomb still hasn't been planted, so they need to hurry up with that. And E-frag now deciding to double stack long here. Pushing out, there we go, Zevis with 1 frag onto NKL. And Dreamer still hasn't managed to get the trade, only with a pistol there, so he will also be finished off. And Copenhagen Wolves are going to secure 3 rounds, and that's going to be fairly convincing. They're only losing 2 players on that anti-eco. But now E-frag can afford to buy NKL only with the Famous, everyone else picking up M4, so that's going to be good for them. And hopefully they should be able to get some good defences here, but plenty of smokes to work with as well.
And this is the danger point here for E-frag. Are they going to get 5-0'd? It's all on this round. And in fact, they're going for a 3-man play on B. They're going for the aggression as well. They're going to find the bomber as well on B in the tunnels. And it's going to be Twist who takes down NKL. We get a trade, though, from Spy Leader. And he's still there. And he's going to notice that they've been rushing up mid all this time as well. So they're going to be having their backs against the wall. And that's not favorable at all. Sender's going to take down Spy Leader straight away. And that will be the bomb down for Copenhagen Wolves. This is a very, very hard spot for E-frag to come back from, especially considering that the remaining players don't have any kits, don't have any armor, and they might not even have any hope here and might just go for the save instead. We'll have to see, as we do have the flank from Zeves coming up mid, and that's going to be a very dead bubble. So Copenhagen Wolves looking very strong at the moment.
Yeah, especially on E-frag's map choice. This is probably going to push Copenhagen Wolves all the way up to 5 rounds, as E-frag will be forced into eco after this. Victor again saving his M4, so might be able to do something with that. But realistically, is he going to kill all 5 members of Copenhagen Wolves? No, I doubt it. So, you know, Copenhagen Wolves probably securing themselves 5 rounds with this nice lead ahead so far.
Absolutely. We have the single M4 for Victor, but it's a bit of a throwaway in this round. We can see a few smokes as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're actually going to be using those, or how they're going to be using those. There's 2 HEs, so NKL and Spy Leader, I guess they are going to be tossing those into B, into the tunnels, and that's where the rush is going to come, so it could actually do some damage here. They time it well, but timing's a little bit off, and the flashes are perfect. Rumino picks up a double with the Mag-10, making that money.
Almost turns it into a triple, but Spy Leader will catch him off guard, and there we go. Spy Leader pushing in, not going to be stopping the bomb plant, just doing a little bit of damage while running through that smoke, running through that Molotov. And here we go, Victor up in lower tunnels, going to be pushing up and might come into contact with one player of Copenhagen Wolves looking from T-Spawn, but a nice nade from JK and will finish off Bubble, and that's going to leave Victor again saving his rifle.
Yeah, this is quite cool because it does mean that he's going to be able to just drop that and rebuy it. And that will allow a teammate to have full nades in the next round, if he's able to save it at least. Definitely a situation where you could die, but Copenhagen Wolves are actually playing it super safe. They, again, under Zevis' rule, they used to be very, very efficient when it came to playing team play on the T sides and never giving away any edges once they gain them. So
we are going to see those statistics, though, favouring E-frag quite well, and Copenhagen Wolves seem to be doing a lot against the odds at the moment.
Yep, absolutely unexpected, I would say, so far. But E-frag definitely, I think you mentioned it, their games a couple nights ago, they weren't too convincing considering their form on LAN, which had been very, very nice. And they used to be known as an online team, bit of a reputation in that sense. I think Threat used to say to me that a lot of people used to consider them to be like the hardest team to play online, or one of them, as well as the simple version of Flipside. Maybe we can talk about that later. We have, of course, the ramp progressing now, and the AWP is on the bubble. It's found its way to the arms of Bubble, and we're just seeing a bit of posturing from Copenhagen Wolves at the start of the round. They've actually decided, instead of really taking cat control, or really poking up in towards A, or even trying to entry just into the doors of middle to get some information, looks like they want to go for the blind B play.
Yeah, Bubble with that AWP on Carl on A, and as the terrorist push towards the B site, it might be quite hard for him to retake with that. Might not be too good, but here we go, Zevis. Doing a little fake on the A site, and that'll be useful to kind of keep the CTs there. And there we go, Bubble with a nice opening kill, and that's going to force a rotate towards A though, which is a problem because Twist is pushing into the B site. Nade will finish him off there, and that's good from NKL. But 3 versus 3, so it's a retakeable situation. The double smoke will be obviously stronger than the single smoke, and the HP on Copenhagen Walls isn't looking too good there. 2 of the players sub 30 HP, and they're using all their nades and molotovs to hold back FRAG, but it seems that Spy Leader might be able to creep in here. He does, gets a nice frag onto Twist and turns around, but does choke this shot onto JKM. But luckily there's still 2 players of FRAG, and the bomb has only just gone down, so they should be able to retake this with enough time. A kit on Victor should be enough, and there we go. The defuse will come in, and Bubble playing well with that AWP, and FRAG picking up their first round against Copenhagen Wolves 5, so, you know, it could be a good start, but they've got to be sure to win the next round and not actually get their money reset, which could be a real problem for them, and Copenhagen Wolves are going to be able to buy to challenge their money here, and FRAG really need to do their best to keep this round safe. And there we go, Bubble taking the AWP again, and almost a full buy coming out. Apart from Spy Leader's Famous, they should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a situation where it's the right round to lose in a sense. They killed almost 4 players, 3 players, and if they take this one, it's going to be very painful indeed for FRAG. They have to hold these positions. They'll lose long though, and at the same time they were going for an aggression up middle, so now this is a bit of a wonky round for FRAG. However, we get a double back coming in from Copenhagen Wolves. Spy Leader's going to find one, and he's going to back away with 13 HP. He's evened the situation up. In fact, he's done better than that. We go to a 4 versus 3 in favor of FRAG. So at this position, you would normally expect the CTs to split 2 to a bomb site, especially considering that Spy Leader is so weak. Playing passive can definitely have its advantages, but let's have a look and see what they go for. It looks like they are actually going to go for that. They've got 2 players on B now, whilst Copenhagen Wolves creep up into crossover, and Spy Leader's there, and he's got 13 HP. This is going to be rough for FRAG.
Seems like FRAG are actually playing for the retake here and leaving 1 player on A short. He's going to be finished off. And now it's a 3 versus 3, so the situation has been equalised by Copenhagen Wolves, but a long plant is going to come out, and we can see the Twist is going to be backing off with the AWP there so he can defend the bomb. And FRAG being quite slow on the rotate. They are going to have to hurry up, and 2 players pushing up short while Bubble with that AWP will come up from CT spawn, and Smokey's going to stop him from pushing. And we're seeing 2 Copenhagen Wolves members play long, so this is really effective. And they got a nice crossfire here, and there we go, Twist picking up NK onto the site, and Bubble also finishing off Zende. And now Bubble is still trying to find this second frag onto Twist, but he's only going to get a leg onto Rubino. And although, oh my god, it's a shot onto Twist into pit. And there we go. Rubino on low HP is going to shot out by Dreamer, but the time, no time to defuse.
That was close. It was a good effort there, but looks like Copenhagen Wolves are going to edge it, and that is devastating. So that means FRAG get reset. This was happening repeatedly on Cash, and it was what sank them. Despite such a good first half from FRAG on their T side, their CT side was just riddled with economic complaints, and now it looks like the situation is repeating itself on the second map. So what are they going to do about it? I mean, they're going to try to buy up behind Bubble's AWP. They had 6k on one of the players, so they've got to do something drastic, and here it is.
Yeah, Victor managing to save like 3 rounds in a row, managed him to helped him to build up a real good bank, and so he was able to afford that AWP for Bubble there. And Rubino just holding this smoke, and there we go, Victor pushing forward, will be punished by that. And now it's a 4 versus 5, and the advantage is on Copenhagen Wolves again. FRAG maybe need to stop with this aggression, as it doesn't seem to be working too well, but as I say, that's Spy Leader pushing in, getting a kill of his own, and there we go. He's going to manage to retrieve that AK, and hopefully if he doesn't push off, Zeves won't be able to get him. There we go, Spy Leader just smoking off the long doors there and backing off. So that's a safe play by them. They've equalised it to a 4-on-4, and that's all FRAG really need at the moment. They just want to keep the 4-on-4 and try and work off that, and maybe not play for retakes so much. So Spy Leader is actually going to be pushing towards CT here to prohibit a mid to B push, but that's not going to be too good as Copenhagen Wolves are pushing towards the A site once again and again. Pubble being the only person on the A site here. No one is going to be watching long, so they're not going to have any information at all. And luckily, FRAG have rotated a player to join Bubble.
No one going cat is actually kind of good for Bubble. I mean, he's not going to know that, but that's the way that he loses this round. He's got a teammate there as well now, and he's going to see the bomb. So that's the rotation call. The bomber was the guy peeking first. That's a mistake from Copenhagen Wolves. One that could cost them the round, but Twist in with a headshot at range with the AWP, and in goes Copenhagen Wolves straight off the back of the frag to get the bomb planted. But problems in Spy Leader. He's got the AK, he's got the position, and Twist is the only man left standing, and there it is. Spy Leader will finish off the job with the 3k, picks up the AWP, and he is standing tall at the end of that round. He's really going to lift the spirits of FRAG.
That was a really good call by FRAG. I like how they played that round off. They lose their first man earlier from Rubino holding the smoke. They did trade it a few seconds later by Spy Leader, and then just play the 4 versus 4, which is, you know, not the best situation for them, but they could just play it well and just play passive instead of getting aggressive. Then after Spy Leader did get that trade, so, you know, playing well with what equipment they had, only pistols and a couple of rifles. So FRAG are luckily going to pick up that round, and there we go. Zevis getting tagged there through the door to 20 HP, but
Invisible
NKL,
smoke.
yeah, smoke's going to go down there. NKL going to get some frags, but Jakem's going to stop him there, dead in his tracks. Rubino pushes out window with the Tech 9, the Master taking him out. And if you look at the HP of Copenhagen Wolves, one nade could kill all 5 of them at once, so this could be a problem. But FRAG again, their money is going to get reset as they go for the save. They have got 3 rifles though, so that is good for them. But, you know, losing all this money once again back to $1,400 loss bonus, if I'm correct. And
that'll be on. Yep. Yeah, they are so horribly positioned again. It happened on Cash. It's happening again here. But I mean, you got to hand it to Copenhagen Wolves. They've been doing such a good job, just making sure these trades work when they go for these pushes. They haven't really been playing like too much of a picking-based style. And again, it's very similar to the old Zevis incarnation of LGB and the way that they played their T sides. Dust 2 was always one of their strongest maps. They had a T side that was really strong, even against teams like at the time when Envious were in at their peak. LGB under Zevis, they had a really smart approach. They always made like very smart calls of how to approach rounds based on what their opponents were doing, their economy, and their own.
FRAG, of course, forcing up again with their 3 saving players. And Bubble, nice opening frag onto Twist, and there we go, an aggressive mid push from NKL will manage to prove successful, taking out Zevis, and he does get traded out, but there we go. They've done the damage they need, and Spy Leader going huge as well, taking out Zende, leaving just Rubino now in a 1 versus 3 situation. He has got access to the bomb, but Bubble there, just the bottom of mid with the AWP, might get in his way if he tries to pick it up.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice, crazy move there from Copenhagen Wolves, deciding to go for, or rather FRAG deciding to go for the rush up mid. It seemed to catch Copenhagen Wolves off guard. But again, it's still fairly early days. I mean, we're entering the last third, I suppose, of the first half, and economy can still prove a very horrible.
But look at this
thing.
Look at this strategy. They're holding the long cross and B, but they haven't got access to short. And of course, that's where Rubino's going to go up short, and he drops into CT and gets finished off with the 3 players down there. That strategy almost didn't pay off. If who was that last alive? Rubino. If he actually pushed up short and just went to the A site and planted, they wouldn't be able to stop him. Copenhagen Wolves would be managing to pick up that $800 bonus, but regardless, he does drop into CT, and FRAG will pick up that round solid. And now Copenhagen Wolves again forcing up with 2 pistols and 3 rifles. So
it's one of the first opportunities where FRAG can actually have with their weapons to string 2 rounds together, and it's I think the first time that Copenhagen Wolves have had a bad buy in a situation like this. But it's gone backwards and forwards a couple of times here. Here we go. Bubble's going to get challenged, and there is the headshot straight away, and that is devastating there for FRAG's defense. Twist is going to just make some noise up catwalk, but having an Arsenal disadvantage, Copenhagen Wolves, it means so much in this round for them once again to try to reset FRAG, and to do so with 2 players stuck on pistols would definitely be a bit of a feat. However, it is looking like they want to go for the A push at the moment. It's only Spy Leader on the bomb side itself, and they've got a player, it's Victor, I think, who's on the pit defense. So it's not really the best defense in the world. And that said, Copenhagen Wolves don't have much in the way of grenades, so this is going to be just outright chaos here, just full angels from both teams.
There we go. Flash is going out. Spy Leader trying to get the first kill, but no, Twist with that running Tech 9 will manage to get him instead. Victor does get the trade, but Rubino also finishing off Victor, and it's just trade city for Copenhagen Wolves, and they're going to manage to pick up the round as FRAG have to go for another save. And again, Dan, this isn't stopping.
Nice.
The money situation on FRAG is just terrible at the moment. They keep getting reset. It's just, it's like repeating history.
Yep, it is really terrible. But that said, it's a similar situation for Copenhagen Wolves. But if you're on the T side, it's always easier for you because you can dictate your disadvantages. You can try try to use your disadvantage and try to turn it into a strength, because you're going to buy weapons that are more situational. You can play to those situations. CTs don't really get that opportunity. In fact, it's the opposite. The Ts know your limitations. They know that maybe at best you've got pistols, so that they can play against your disadvantages and exploit them even more greatly. So it's really the perfect storm of events for Copenhagen Wolves, to their credit. And yep, looking like we have another buy coming in from eFrag. It's gonna be I really want to see them actually stringing like more than one together.
That'd be good really to see. And now eFrag with 2 pharmacists could be a problem. JKM pushing straight out into long, and he will get the first entry onto Victor. This is just solid play for Copenhagen Wolves, managing to pick up 2 as well. So that's going to give the advantage to Copenhagen Wolves quite large. And Twist again with the bomb on B, and the rotate was called into A anyway, and there was only 1 player, so that's a problem for eFrag.
And what do you even do in this situation? You lose 3 guys instantly at the start of the round to just basically more or less pick-based play. That's just, there's nothing you can do there. And once again, eFrag, they're going to lose the round, be forced to an eco.
Bubble giving away his position and missing the shot, and it seems like a CT drop is going to come in. He's going to get pinks from both sides. There we go, JKM getting a frag onto him, and now 9-3. It's just going to be a serious lead for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, they really need at the very least that 4th round just to secure themselves in case they lose the pistol on the T side and don't get the bomb down. They really need to try to secure themselves here. A future with that extra round. But, well, it's not going to happen this time around, I don't think, as they're up against full AKs and nothing but pistols to say, just to really speak for themselves with. And
that's an interesting smoke Zeva's throwing out. I think that covers up short there. No, it's not going to be a short smoke. Oh, it's
he's
just
actually,
a failed short smoke.
The funny thing is that he's thrown that smoke multiple times and it's gone there every single time.
Yeah, I've seen that go there. He'll check the demo and be like, oh, wow, okay. But there we go, Twist getting the final frag of the round. 10-3 scoreline at the moment. eFrag really not got a whole lot to say about this. They are going to be able to afford a buy finally, but, you know, how much can they really do against Copenhagen Wolves at the moment? Playing so well on T side, you know, again, we didn't manage to cast any Copenhagen Wolves games in the last 2 days because of other games running concurrently, but still, Copenhagen Wolves impressing me quite a lot, and they are getting a hefty lead here.
Alright, so James wants to actually demonstrate the smoke after this one, because he actually has the short smoke done right, so can show, I think it was Zevis, show Zevis how to do it. Yeah. So here we go, we got the last couple rounds in the first half. It is dire straits for eFrag. I think he's going to go in with a push here, and he's going to make it work. Quick snap on to Rubino is just what the doctor ordered, and that's going to give them an early round advantage. But
what I noticed there is eFrag did actually send out 2 players into long instead of just 1, instead of just Victor on his own like they did the other round where he was actually taken down. They managed to send 2 players out into the smoke, so if Victor did go down there, the trade would happen. So that was a better decision by eFrag there. They did manage to get the first goal anyway, and there we go, NKL also getting Zevis, but Twist with his Tech 9 there managed to get a kill, and that's going to be 3 against 3 now, and the advantages on Copenhagen Wolves due to the sheer equipment they have, plenty of nades as well, and barely any damage done on their side. But they're just playing it slow at the moment. I think they're just waiting for the CT to get a little more aggressive, and that's going to happen there. Bubble getting taken down by Twist, sorry, and eFrag just need to chill a little bit, you know, just play a little bit more passive, and they wouldn't be losing these men so early. And there we go, Zende taking out Spy Leader, and this is just going to leave Dreamer in a 1 versus 3 in the mid to B. Smoke will come down, and there's really not a whole lot Dreamer can do there. He's going to have to back off.
Yeah, Copenhagen Wolves have not only been hitting their shots, in situations like we just saw there, they've been setting up their trade frag situations well. They've been playing some good basic Counter-Strike, and it has proved very effective against eFrag here so far today. And it's looking like they're going to take this one, and it's going to go to 11-3, and that's going to give eFrag only 1 more round with which to gain the number 4. And that, again, it can be a really big deal between 3 and 4.
Oh, Zende. I think Dreamer knows he's there. There we go, Dreamer does get the kill. Sorry, I interrupted you there, but that was close.
Yeah, it's looks like he's going to be able to survive this one. And he's going to hide behind the box there in suicide and keep that M4 into the next round, but it is small consolation in the face of what is a crushing defeat so far in this first half at the hands of the 2 Swedes and the 3 Norwegians of Copenhagen Wolves. And once again, we see just a bunch of FAMASes, 3 in fact, 5-7 this time, and then 4. An even worse buy than the last round.
Oh no, that was a terrible twist. He does get shot off onto NKN through mid doors, and that's going to put him down to 19 HP. Luckily, he has only got a pistol to work with, not a rifle, so if that's any consolation there, Rubino pushing out, getting a nice entry frag onto Bubble. The trades just don't seem to be happening, and nor does the CT defense either, and there we go, Victor is left alive, alone on long, finally, and the smoke is going to go out, and hopefully he doesn't push through at this point, because that seems to be losing them quite a lot of rounds.
Yeah, EFRAG, a team which feel like they should be at the major. A team that definitely feels like they should be much further along. Could really be soon facing elimination here in this qualifier for Dreamhack Open London. That would be really devastating for them. As they've come a long way here, but we're going to see the round start to be playing out a little bit further now as Zevas goes in for the refrag. He does get it, and he's going to try and just keep tabs on long before finally falling back as his team makes their way into the B. Execute, just moving in, trying to take no prisoners, but Dreamer gets himself a double on the defense. Maybe even 3. There it is.
Dreamer's out of ammo now. I don't think he's even realised only 1 bullet left, so they might be able to do some damage. There we go, switching to the pistol. Does finally finish off the last kill, and that's a nice B defense by Dreamer. That was all Dreamer that round, 4 kills. Nice. And that's going to allow EFRAG to pick up the 4th round. So even if they do lose the pistol and then lose the subsequent 2 ecos, they should be up. Copenhagen Wolves will only be up to 14 rounds, leaving EFRAG still 1 buy round room so they can bring it back. But I'm not sure how possible that is going to be at this moment in time.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bomb explosions, and there was 1 defuse, which means that the bomb went down 8 times. That's actually that is a lot, and the fact that it exploded so many times, you get more money from winning by detonating the bomb as opposed to elimination by a couple $100. So that actually it does actually add up, considering that they got so many detonations there. And we have a short delay as I think somebody's off to the bathroom.
That's probably going to be Twist.
So we are going to be giving away this StatTrak M4A4 Bullet Train. James doesn't like it, but I actually like this one quite a lot. And it's going to be going up in the next break. So keep your eyes peeled for that. The raffle details will be on the overlay. So make sure you don't miss it in the next break. And it could be coming up very shortly here, as this is a very, very big lead coming in from Copenhagen Wolves. And if they win this map, they're up 2 maps to 0 to the 0 of EFRAG. EFRAG, I think they hit 80%. James, stop it. Stop this perversion with these horrendous bisons.
That is really battle scarred.
It's disgusting.
I love it.
It's just rust all over it. God. All right. So when it comes to EFRAG jumping into the T side, I don't think they're going to be taking this too heavily to the morale. I think they're going to be able to reset themselves a little bit. But usually in this kind of situation, you're thinking you start to enter that round for round mindset. You want to try to avoid having any expectations. Expectations can really kill you, and just like stay present. And if they can get that pistol round straight away, then they're going to start being able to formulate a game plan. And it feels like they've not been able to have a game plan for the last 30 rounds because they've just never had money.
Yeah, it's just a similar side to Cash as well, the last game. And, Mirage being Copenhagen Wolves' pick, if EFRAG lose this one, they really will struggle on the 3rd map.
Absolutely, especially considering that Copenhagen Wolves seem to be hitting their shots much better than EFRAG at the moment. And Mirage is a map that where let's say your team is not, it hasn't been stuck together for too long. You don't have great team cohesion. Doesn't really matter as much on Mirage. You can actually, as a good in-game leader, if you know how to use your players correctly on the T sides, you can find lots of ways to, as long as you get the right smokes out there, you can find ways to use your players individually very, very effectively on both CT and T sides. So EFRAG definitely need to watch out here, and let's hope that they can bring a solid pistol round into this second half.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to see EFRAG with a nice 5-man armor buy, some damage done out mid there, and Spy Leader is going to be punished for going down suicide, so that's not probably the best decision by his choice. And there we go, he's going to be finished off there by JKN, but the B push is going to come in there. NKL with an opening frag, and they're also going to pick up a second on the B site, and that will be the B site claimed by EFRAG, and the bomb will go down, and now it's a 3 versus 3. So Copenhagen Wolves, no nades to work with, and not a kit either, so they might struggle with this retake, but they just hurry up with it and be fast. 25 seconds left until we can get the defuse. And there we go, JKM getting the shots. Bubble walks into his crosshair, and oh my god, Zende will also pick up Victor there, and the defuse will come in, and that'll be 12 rounds to Copenhagen Wall. So a really solid retake. Didn't even lose a player on the retake there. So EFRAG are really not going to be doing too well, and this looks like it's going in the favour of Copenhagen Walls quite massively at the moment.
Yep. EFRAG though, again, if Copenhagen Walls no EFRAG, they should expect a short execute onto, well, the short plant basically. That's probably, I can guarantee that's what's going to happen right now. EFRAG are going to rush up catwalk, maybe even delay it a little bit before finally making their way up catwalk. Try to get the bomb down for the short plant and play from that. That's almost what they do every single time in this situation. So again, if Copenhagen Walls have been watching the demos, if they've been aware of them at all, they should expect this. If they were watching them in the quarterfinals, they also did it then. So that said, it does look like they've got a couple players in A-long here, so they're mixing it up a little bit, trying to get through, and they are getting completely wrecked there. Couldn't even get out of A-long. Now they're trying to get themselves onto that short plant, and it's just not happening. They just get completely shut down. Interesting that they didn't just try to go for that normally, because they were spread out, and it's very hard with the Tech 9s when you're spread out to do all that much.
Yeah, definitely. Now 13 rounds to Copenhagen Wolves, and EFRAG aren't even going to be able to afford armor at this point. They've got no, they're armoring up regardless, and seems like they are really going to struggle here with this buy.
The Shoxy.
There we go. JKM pushing aggressive up mid. We'll get a pick, and hopefully we'll back off after this. No need to get too aggressive, and there we go. NKL punishing Zevis, who won't back off, and JKM also finishing off NKL. And it seems like one player in here in lower dark, I think that was Spy Leader. No, Victor actually. Is just going to evade the shots of JKM.
Oh, Zender. That was some embarrassing misses there. He should definitely have had Dreamer. Had plenty of time to do that, but that's going to be a weapon claim by Dreamer now. And Dreamer's very scary. Is he actually going to pick up an incendiary as well? Zender's actually disconnected, so maybe he's got some issues going on there. He's going to get back into the game momentarily, but we have a 3-on-3 situation with just under a minute left on the clock, so it's a pretty big possibility that EFRAG could get themselves into the bomb site. And if they are able to do that and get the frag, then they're getting the bomb down. This rotation is really, really huge at the moment. Probably couldn't be longer than it is for the two CTs to get back to the B bomb site. So they've picked the correct site, but will the P90 do the damage?
Seems like it will. Rubino will pick up one as they enter the B site. He's going for the second, but will just get finished off by Dreamer with that retrieved M4 off Zende earlier, so that's lucky for him. The bomb plant is going to go down, and now it's a 2 versus 2, and they've got the nades and the kit on Twist there to retake, and they can flash themselves in. They should be able to do this. There we go, Victor trying to send off a flash, although it won't really do much here, and JKM just getting the information that he can so he can push in. There we go, he will go down to Victor, and now it's going to be half a Twist to retake with just a scout, and there we go, Dreamer taking him out, and that will be a round to EFRAG, so a very important round, a nice force buy by them, and now the match is just going to be paused for a second. Oh no, just unpaused as Zende rejoins. And now Copenhagen Wolves will force up. They've got plenty of rounds to do it, so it's not really a problem. They're managing to put together a nice solid buy anyway, so that's good for them. And EFRAG also buying along after winning that round.
Yeah, so just it's unfortunate that Zende was giving away that M4 there on long. I think that really had a made a huge difference there to the odds of EFRAG to pick that one up. But there's still a buy on Copenhagen Wolves. Oh, you are joking! That was outrageous there from Rubino with the scout. And that is goodbye to Spy Leader, and JKM and Twist say goodbye to Bubble and NKL as well. And there's just Dreamer and Victor left. This is ridiculous.
That was impressive, very impressive. And there we go, Rubino following it up with another tag through the door into Victor. And luckily Victor did get 2 tray frags out on JKM and Twist to try and secure a little bit of equalisation, but it's still going to be a 2-on-3, and the advantage is in Copenhagen Wolves' favour. And there we go, Dreamer looking like he's almost going to go down, going to do a lot of damage, but the flank here from Zende is just going to shut him down, it appears at least. There we go, 1 frag, and leaving just Victor alone in a 1v3, there's really not a lot he can do.
The only thing going in his favour at the moment is the fact that he has a minute on the clock to play with. He needs a fast frag, so he's got the jumping player, but Rubino with his dirty jump scout is going to find a second kill in the same manner as the first. 14-5 as EFRAG get reset. Seems like the story of this best of 5 so far in the first map and now the second as well. Their second map was just riddled with economic issues, as was the first. So we're going to see whether or not they can bring it back, because if they're not able to win it from this round, Copenhagen Wolves are on to map points.
But Bubble has managed to get up that AWP, so he might be able to make some work with that. against Twist Scout here, but I'm not really too sure really how much he can do. Hopefully try and get an entry into a site. That could be a possibility. And there we go, Zevis pop flashing out me, but there isn't going to be really anyone to challenge right now. Spy Leader just pushing up into his crosshairs, just ducking below it. And the mid to B smoke will be thrown out if he just moves up another pick. There we go, Zevis getting the frag onto him, and now eFrag rushing towards B site as they do. Rubino and Zevis are there to stop it. Damage control coming in, and Bubble does get one trade frag, but there's still 3 players left on Copenhagen Wolves' side, so there's really not a whole lot he can do here. Picks up the AWP. He's just going to try and play slow. He's got a minute on the clock, so he could get 1 or 2 players if they don't decide to play together in a trade fashion, but they're coming up quietly right behind him, and he's just realised that the Molotov going to be burning him alive all the way down to 60 HP, and it's really dire situation for Bubble here. But a nice play by the Copenhagen Wolves players, not pushing him, just playing out the time. They know he's got the bomb and they know where he is, so the pop flash is going to go in. Bubble not managing to do anything there, down to 27 HP, and there we go, JKM finishing him off, and then Copenhagen Wolves securing the draw, and most likely at this point the win. eFrag only on 5 rounds, and 2k in the bank on each player is not going to allow them to buy up too much. Tech 9's armor and nades will be the choice for today, as we have seen many rounds in a row now, and Copenhagen Wolves securing a full buy. No AWP even needed on this round.
I really didn't expect such a dominant performance from Copenhagen Wolves. Even though, you know, they were able to money screw eFrag repeatedly, it's still very impressive how consistent they've been in dealing with some of these just very strong basic situations, just playing the trades, playing good coordinated Counter-Strike, despite being a new lineup with Twist and Zende. Not even 2 new Norwegians, but that they've maybe played with a lot before with is Twist and Zende. But here we go, we get the double in from Zende straight away as the A long area is assaulted, and it looks almost too easy here for JKM. Over by the A bomb side as well. Going to switch up to the AK, go for the spray down, and that will secure the map. 16-5, dominant showing there from Copenhagen Wolves. And eFrag, oh eFrag, what are they going to do here? They're going to go to Mirage now.
I wasn't looking good for eFrag at all, and again, Mirage being Copenhagen Wolves' pick is not going to be too good for them again. And one thing to pick up on the fact that eFrag didn't really utilise nades as much as they could have on the T side there, you know, as they entered the B on the second last round, that the round that secured Copenhagen Wolves at 15. They didn't actually smoke off anything, just rushed straight into the B site, like, oh yeah guys, don't worry, we'll do this, it'll be fine. And then he just got out-aimed by Rubino and Zevis on the B site, so you know, a serious lack of nade usage coming out from eFrag, and that was a problem for them definitely. So, you know, Copenhagen Wolves with a secure on the two maps out of the 3 they need to progress to the qualifiers to qualify. And yeah, Mirage being the next map, we're maybe looking towards Copenhagen Wolves winning this.
It could just go 3-0, man. It's looking really crazy for the momentum. These guys are really hitting their stride. I'm actually, it's Mirage, so I'm scared for eFrag if they don't start on CT, but I'm also now scared if they do start on CT, because it's like it's not like they're going to be winning either way. But guys, we are going to be giving away that stat track M for Bullet Storm, something I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Bullet Rain. Yeah.
It literally says it on the screen.
Oh, it says on the screen.
Right there.
Okay, I'm reading it down, but
B-Rain.
Okay, so the B-Rain, right. Alright, so there you go. You have the raffle information below. So that's going to be taking place right now in this break, so don't miss it. Go raffle your hearts out, and we will be back for map number 3. It's going to be Mirage between eFrag and Copenhagen Wolves, and this is the Dreamhack London Qualifier.